At 96 years of age, well, she was 92, I believe, at the time, 92 or 93. By then, we now know that the Queen was gravely ill. Prince Philip had pretty much retired. She had handed over the reins of everything that was administrative to Prince Charles back then, because Prince Philip was too old and too ill to handle everything. Now we know that probably our beautiful Queen was being kept in the dark about some shadier things that Harry and Meghan were up to. I do firmly believe that the Queen might not have known the full extent of what Harry and Meghan had done. But what she suspected was enough for her to refuse to participate in this scam and charade that was called a royal baptism. Throughout the years, here we have Princess Diana showing Harry, Princess Catherine showing each of her kids to the world after she gave birth to them. We see the easels outside with the doctor's signatures, except for Meghan Markle's, of course. Instead, we get this scam woman pretending to be pregnant. Gaslighting us in front of the whole world. We know the Queen was not happy at all about that wedding, but she felt her hand forced out of love for that idiot called Harry. She probably figured that seeing that this woman is really coming from the gutter and her life is a complete mess, that she would be thankful that she married into the most prestigious royal family and that she would be elevated. I don't believe that the Queen ever thought that the reputation of the monarchy, instead of elevating Meghan Markle, was downgraded because the skank of this woman is so powerful, especially when her actions have no consequences, that she has brought down the monarchy to her level. That's how bad things are. So if the Queen might have not known everything, but she knew from that date that birth announcement was made about Archie and that whole mess. Oh, they forgot to click enter and send the emails, and no, she had already given birth. Oh no, there's Nando's. Harry sending bodyguards to Nando's to get takeout when Nando's is closed. That Meghan Markle was sent back with to the Frogmore Cottage within an hour of giving birth to that child. And I say giving birth is a term that I use very loosely. I am sure the Queen, even though she might not have been told all the really, really shady details, she knew something was up. And she knew that Meghan was not a woman that could be trusted nor to have around. I mean, it is the first time in the history of the modern history of the monarchy that they get the time and date of the birth of a royal baby so wrong. It is the only time that royal police protection officers failed and break the law by not notifying the monarch when Meghan goes into labor, which is breaking the law. It is a criminal offense of the highest order if a royal police protection officer does not notify his head of security, and the head of security refuses to notify the monarch that the woman has gone into labor. So with all these things going on, we've seen Catherine with the royal christening. We've seen it. We've seen the royal christening there, with her 3 babies, christening Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Very public. Why is it public, you ask? Because I know I'm going to have some sugars come here and say, well, Meghan wanted her secrecy. It has to be public because there can be no doubt in the mind of the public of the legitimacy of these children to be included in the line of succession. Okay? By the time the baptism came around, and there's quite a few question marks about that one, because according to the metadata, that picture was originally taken not on July 6th, which is when the supposed baptism happened, but 3 weeks earlier at the beginning of June, when Archie was supposed to have been about a month old. It was taken about three and a half weeks earlier. According to the metadata, it has the time, the date, and everything when that shot was taken, and it was photoshopped that same day, and then it was photoshopped once again on July 6th before being released to the media. We see the Duchess of Cambridge back then, arriving for the baptism already dressed along with Prince William in a light blue, like a light blue suit, which would match Harry's suit, because if you look, Harry's wearing a light shade of a suit because it is summer. It's supposed to be July 6th, so it is summer. So wearing dark suits is not a good thing. I know what people are going to say. Well, they changed. Why? They were already seen driving in like minutes before the ceremony started. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, in full getup, in light blue color, not pink. Why am I bringing this up? Because the clothes that Princess Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, as she was known back then, is wearing, is blue, which would go with the theme of Archie being a little boy, and therefore it's in blue. We see the men wearing blue ties. So, but the Queen is not there. And the Queen refused to be part of that photograph. The Queen, by then, was clever enough to set traps for Meghan Markle and was not there because the Queen did not want to be part of that charade, of that fraud that was happening. Her schedule was busy. She was busy. Is one of the few, let's not forget that this is the baptism of the first mixed race kid in modern history, because the Queen herself and all the royal family are the product of mixed race marriages. Because there had been black queens, of which the Queen is related to them. So the Queen already is mixed race. Just because she looks white, it doesn't mean she's not mixed race. Meghan Markle is white, but she is mixed race. Her 2 children are ginger, according to her, but they are mixed race, right? Let's not forget there are at least 21% Nigerian. So you would think that the Queen would make the effort to show up at such an important occasion, be part of that important occasion of the first mixed race child in modern history, and Harry, who people claim is was her favorite grandchild. I disagree with that, but you would think the Queen would make an effort. Prince Philip absolutely flat out refused. But there was scheduling conflicts. That was the reason given, which makes no sense. Yet the Queen did go to Eugenie's baptism. There was only one baptism, I think, that the Queen didn't attend. I don't know if it was, the Cambridges. One of the kids she didn't attend because there was already properly scheduling conflict. But she attended the other 2. The one that the Queen couldn't attend, she couldn't do it. But the Queen could have made the effort. But her not making the effort is because she knew this was a sham. This was a sham baptism. There are rumors that the Queen called Meghan Markle evil. There are rumors that the Queen actually did have a confrontation with Meghan Markle. Because the Queen, at the end of the day, guys, was a formidable woman. She might have been able to fool the Queen to a certain extent because a lot of information was kept private. But not all of it. Not all of it. And when the Queen called Meghan Markle evil, from what people are saying now, is after the confrontation she had with Meghan Markle. Because Meghan Markle put Her Majesty the Queen, the late Majesty, the late Queen, in a very delicate position. Because either the Queen outed her fraud, her scam, therefore implicating her own beloved grandson in the fraud, which would indicate jail time, or she simply would keep away. I mean, what woman? The Queen invited them to Sandringham for summer vacations, and Meghan refused because Archie was too small to travel. Yet she got on Elton John's private plane to go to Ibiza. Of course, keep in mind that this child was never seen. It is incredible that Her Majesty the Queen had more guts to confront Meghan, an elderly lady of, I think, 92 or 93 years of age at the time, than most of the people. And it is incredible that Rachel Meghan Skank Markle simply gaslit the Queen. She fooled the Queen, and the Queen felt like a fool because the Queen trusted Meghan Markle. In her old age, the Queen chose to trust her grandkid, Harry, never thinking or never knowing what a snake he actually was, what he would go on to do along with Skank Markle. From what I was told, the Queen did confront Harry, not Meghan so much alone, but she did confront both of them. Do you think that Harry felt any shame, or do you think he felt giddy? He got away with it. Can you imagine Meghan Markle's face? Can you imagine the Queen's heartbreak? This is the reason why, after all this scandal with Princess Catherine's Mother's Day picture, this picture was flagged by Getty's Images, and they added that this picture had been photoshopped because the metadata in the raw picture does not match the date that. This picture is a complete scam. And oddly enough, neither Princess Eugenie, nor Sarah, nor Andrew, nor Beatrice were invited to that christening. And oddly, Prince William's and Catherine's children were not invited to the baptism. You can see Duchess of Cambridge with William and Catherine driving into there without any children. Once again, this was a baptism of a child. It's the first one ever. There are no kids allowed, only grown-ups. No kids allowed. And that is the theme of Meghan Markle surrounding these children, because she does not allow anybody to hold them, see them, touch them, be around any other children. Is it because the children really don't exist? Or because something nefarious, more nefarious, is going on? But can you imagine Her late Majesty's heartache? Discovering that she was betrayed by somebody she thought she knew and loved.